Right, so there's this bloke, right? Calls himself the Captain ex-Army, probably flew choppers or jumped out of perfectly good airplanes, who knows? Point is, the man had a love affair. Not with some bird, mind you, but with a machine, a Ducati. None of your newfangled plastic rockets, oh no. This was vintage gleaming chrome and blood-red paint. The kind of bike that made grown men weep and women spontaneously combust. The captain tinkered, polished and worshipped this bike. It was his everything. Every scratch told a story, every purr a symphony. He'd ride it like he stole it too, which for all intents and purposes he did. From whom, I hear you ask? Bloody good question that. No one steals from the captain. He won it fair and square in a poker game in some godforsaken desert outpost back in '09. Beat a sheikh who thought he could bluff his way out with oil money. Joke's on him, the captain had a full house and nerves of steel. That bike, that was his trophy, his prize, his mechanical soulmate. Now, the captain, he lived in a place called Paradise Manor. Don't let the name fool you. It wasn't all sunshine and roses. Oh, no. It was one of those places with more rules than the bloody Magna Carta. You couldn't park your car facing the wrong way, couldn't paint your door a shade bolder than beige, couldn't even breathe too loudly, probably. And the queen bee of this beehive of boredom, Miss Agatha Trunchbull, I swear that was her name. A woman who could curdle milk with a stare. She ran the Homeowners Association with an iron fist, or should I say iron ruler. She measured lawns, timed sprinkler systems, and knew the precise decibel level of a lawnmower at dawn. And she hated, absolutely hated, anything that disrupted her meticulously ordered world. Anything. One sunny afternoon, the captain, blissfully ignorant of the storm brewing, parked his beloved Ducati in his driveway. Just for a quick wash, mind you. He was back in 10 minutes, bucket in hand, to find a yellow monstrosity plastered on his bike. A parking citation. From the HOA, for his own bloody driveway. The captain nearly choked on his indignation. This was an outrage, an insult, a declaration of war. He marched straight to Miss Trunchbull's door, citation clutched in his hand like a grenade. He pointed out the absurdity of it all, the sheer ridiculousness of being fined for parking his own property. Miss Trunchbull, unmoved, adjusted her spectacles and quoted HOA Bylaw 37, subsection 4, paragraph 2, line 12. It was about maintaining the aesthetic uniformity of the community. Apparently, the Ducati was far too interesting for Paradise Manor. Section 4, Vandalism in Paradise, a heart of chrome broken. The captain, being a reasonable man, grudgingly moved his bike into the garage. But the universe, it seemed, wasn't done with him yet. One morning, he awoke to an empty garage. The space where his beloved Ducati usually stood was eerily vacant. Panic surged through him like a shot of adrenaline. He raced outside, frantically searching, and there, at the end of his driveway, lay a mangled mess of chrome and leather. His beautiful Ducati, his pride and joy, was reduced to scrap. The once pristine paint was scratched and dented, the handlebars twisted at an unnatural angle. The sight hit him harder than a mortar shell. Someone had deliberately vandalized his bike, and deep down he knew who was behind it. Section 5, The Brotherhood of the Wrench. Ducati answers the call. Now, the captain, he wasn't one to back down from a fight. He had the number of the CEO of Ducati on speed dial, a perk of winning a certain high-stakes poker game. One phone call later, and the gears of justice, greased by Italian horsepower, began to turn. Ducati, a company built on passion and performance, was furious. They flew the captain and his mangled bike to their headquarters in Bologna. The CEO himself vowed to help the captain get justice. They would unleash their legal team, the best money could buy, and make an example of whoever dared to touch their masterpiece. Section 6. When lawyers attack, a gavel strikes paradise. The lawsuit hit Paradise Manor like a Category 5 hurricane. Headlines screamed of corporate giants battling petty tyrants. The HOA's carefully constructed facade of respectability crumbled faster than a cheap gearbox. Ducati's lawyers, sharks in pinstripe suits, tore through the HOA's defences like a hot knife through butter. They exposed every discrepancy, every inconsistency, every instance of Miss Trunchbull's overreach. The jury, captivated by the story of a man and his machine, needed all of 5 minutes to reach a verdict. Guilty. The HOA was ordered to pay a settlement so large it made international news. Gap 2S, Section 7, Triumph at Dawn. The sun rose over Paradise Manor, casting a golden hue across its pristine lawns and well-kept gardens. The air was thick with a sense of renewal, a fresh start for all who called this place home. The once feared Miss Agatha Trunchbull, now humbled, handed over her resignation, her iron grip on the community finally loosened. The residents, inspired by Ducati's unwavering spirit, gathered in the central plaza for a celebration unlike any other. The captain, standing beside his Crimson Beauty, was the hero of the hour. Speeches were made recounting the journey from oppression to liberation, each word resonating with hope and unity. Children played freely, their laughter a testament to the newfound freedom. Neighbours who had once been strangers now shared stories and dreams for the future. The HOA, under new leadership, vowed to uphold fairness and community spirit above all else. In the end, the battle for Paradise Manor was more than just a legal victory. It was a triumph of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and justice can prevail. As the day turned to night, the stars above seemed to shine a little brighter, as if celebrating the dawn of a new era. Paradise Manor, once a place of fear, had become a beacon of hope, all thanks to a man and his machine. The captain and his Crimson Beauty, forever etched in the annals of the community, proved that sometimes the smallest acts of defiance can spark the greatest changes. And so, life at Paradise Manor resumed, not as it was before, but better. Together they had forged a new path, one where everyone, regardless of their circumstances, had a place to call home. Gap 2S. This concludes our story of courage, resilience and triumph. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, remember, hope and justice are always within reach.